So why hasn't the co-author of the Green New Deal, Ed Markey, talked about nuclear or adopted nuclear as part of a common sense energy transition plan? And it's because of the point I made yesterday where I said that Ed Markey is stuck in the olden days. He's been in office for 50 years. He first went to Washington in 1976. And it's always bothered me, how come this guy who's pushing, an alternative energy plan, why hasn't he really seriously considered nuclear? And it hit me. He's been in office so long, since 1976, that when Ed Markey hears nuclear or thinks nuclear, he's thinking about Chernobyl, which was an explosion that happened, in the 80s in Ukraine. Or he's thinking about a leak in Pennsylvania from 3 Mile Island, which was actually contained. And he's not thinking about modern day technology. He's stuck in the 70s and the 80s. And that's the danger of having career politicians spend decades in Washington. So I made that post that, hey, I have a plan that we could put 4 300 megawatt SMRs strategically placed throughout Massachusetts and power 40% of our 2.9 million residential homes. And we could do it 97% efficiency, 24/7, and carbon zero emissions. And then a friend of mine posted, hey, John, sounds like a great idea. It's kind of interesting, but what the hell are SMRs? And then I realized that many of you out there might not be like a geek like me. So SMRs are small modular reactors, okay, that are fabricated off-site. And here's what you need to know. Nuclear today, think about the old computer. A computer used to be the size of an entire room. Here's a picture of it. Now, in today's technology, guess what? Here we got this. An iPhone can do the same thing from a computer perspective that a computer from the 50s, 60s, or even 70s that took up an entire room. Same thing applies to nuclear. Here's a picture of 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania back in the day. Well, guess what? This is the size of a nuclear reactor today. And here's the size of one of these SMRs. And so this is the thing to know, that you could take one of these SMRs that only will take a couple acres of land. You don't need hundreds and hundreds of acres for solar panels. You don't need to disturb our oceans with offshore wind that doesn't work during the blizzards. The blades freeze up. They fall off into our ocean. Obviously, solar panels that are completely covered in snow are not going to do the job. And we have this incredible technology today that's being ignored by career politicians. So stick with me. I got a great plan. We're going to power 40% through nuclear. We're going to expand natural gas. And we're still going to develop alternatives. I have solar panels on my house. I drive a Tesla. Okay, so it's not like I don't believe in this technology, but we have to be smart. And our politicians today are not smart about their approach. They're stuck in the past. Ed Markey co-authored the Green New Deal, but he's stuck in 1976. If we're going to build 21st century grid, we can't be stuck in 20th century fears of nuclear. It's time for energy that works when it snows.